Minutes of September 9th, 2025 closed session meeting of the Board of Ed.
All right, thank you. Oh, awesome, thanks. Presented by Dr. Campbell, support of Ms. Meyer. Not Ms. Meyer, Ms. Stewart. Any discussion about our consent resolution items? Okay, all right, we're good. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Next, we have our communications, Ms. Meyer.
Yes, we have received and read communications at npsboe@northvilleschools.org.
Thank you. All right, Dr. Weber, anything for our superintendent update?
Knowing that we're going into closed session, I'd just like to make a quick reminder that the Color My World Run Walk is this Sunday at 11 at Northville High School.
Any idea how long of a walk it is? Is it
about 5K?
Is it about 5K? Okay.
But there are lots of places if you feel like not doing the whole thing, you can cut through the neighborhoods and things like that. But I think it's about 5.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, I was getting some questions about like how long and all of that. So, okay.
My weeks are all off. This snuck up on me. I thought it was next weekend, and you said Sunday. I'm like, wait a second. How did that happen?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well,
Here
we are.
Rocking and rolling. All right. Nothing else with that? This is our first opportunity for public comment then. Do we have any blue cards?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were bringing your card. No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I guess it might not be blue tonight. Okay, thank you. Awesome. All right. Go ahead. You'll have 3 minutes. Just a reminder that the purpose of public comment is to provide an opportunity to share information and perspectives with the board, and that the board will not respond to comments. But please know that what you share will be carefully considered by all board members as we fulfill our governance responsibilities on behalf of the school community. And if you don't mind telling us your name and how you're affiliated with the district, that'd be great.
My name is Carrie Couchman. I'm in my 21st year teaching at Northville, and this is my 24th year in education. Shimamanda Adichie warns of starting a story with second link in a TED Talk, The Danger of a Single Story. What she means with that statement is that when you focus on what happens after and you ignore what led up to an event, you miss it. Feels very much like the narrative in regards to the contract negotiations of starting with second link, but the before is actually critical if you want to understand the present. During the recession, teachers were asked to take a huge hit in order to survive, and we did. At the high school, that meant we lost a prep hour and a class size increase. A number of teachers were laid off because of these changes, saving the district millions. Losing the prep hour and increasing the class sizes meant teachers essentially took on the equivalent of 2 extra classes. The fund balance quickly grew, and it has continued to grow. Yet at no point since that time has anything been done to rectify what happened inside the classrooms. We've added administration at different levels to balance their loads, but the teachers have seen no change. We've seen curriculum fads come and go, but the teachers have seen no change. Since 2018, the fund balance has remained over 30%. This fund balance has been built on the backs of the teachers who took these cuts and continue to teach in the cheapest high school schedule of any local district. If you ignore this information, you can try to paint the teachers as being greedy. But if you start with the beginning of the story, the narrative certainly changes. I'm going to differ from my colleagues in one thing that they said last week. I don't care if you care about me. Your care and your appreciation don't pay my mortgage. More importantly, I don't do this job for any of you. I do this job for the students who show up in my classroom every day. But if you continue to tell the story starting with secondly, you will fully destroy the morale of the teachers, counselors, social workers, and other members of the NEA. If you continue to tell the story starting with secondly, you'll see more teachers step away from the additional responsibilities they've always taken on. If you continue to start with secondly, you will erode the relationships between the community and the district. Thank
you. All right, Sarah Prescott.
Hi, Sarah Prescott, mom of a Hillside Raider. New to me, so. Ms. Couchman and I just met, and I thought her quote was really great. But before I get there, I sat in that room with you and Rebecca Lisa and Suzanne, and we wrote that incredible statement of like unity or mission. And thank you for reading that tonight. It was really those were good times, and those that work was really good and meaningful work. So it was good to hear it. So Ms. Couchman talked about a little bit about what came before, and a little bit about fund balances around us. And I just wanted to put into the public domain, Novi's fund balance, 13.2%, Birmingham, 11.4%, Troy, 18.1%, Ann Arbor, don't recommend it, 2%. Same with Dearborn, don't recommend 8.8%, but I could go on. You've probably seen it online. The closest to us, Rochester, 20.8%. And last week I came and I said, I hope you'll ask hard questions back in closed session. And I came this week just to tell you what the hard question is that I think was hard for me on the board, and I think is the $64,000 question, and that is how do we draw down the fund balance in a safe and reasonable and thoughtful way? And I also come here saying that I didn't do it. For 10 years, I didn't succeed in doing it, but along the way, I advocated that we do it a little bit differently, or how could we do it? And I just want to remind you guys of the history of what that looked like. So year in and year out, we would plan for 22 to 24% fund balance. That's what we would budget. That's what we had done up at the beginning of the year. When contracts opened, we got our sheets, we looked at them, we stared at them, we worked hard on them, and we hoped that we would hit about 23 to 24% fund balance. And that's what we budgeted to. And if you go back to the budgets year in and year out, at the beginning of the year, we would adopt a budget. And at the bottom in the little oval circle that you'll all be familiar with by now, it would say your fund balance, if you would do this, it will be about 24%. But year in and year out, what would actually happen is that we would add. We would not draw down. We would add. We would add sometimes as much as $4 million. Our fund balance wouldn't be the 24% that we thought we were going to achieve. Rather, we would end up like 29%. What that meant was we felt really good about ourselves. We were always in the black. We always beat budget. It would be a great thing. But we would also cash. We would also bank cash. So what I'm trying to convey is, not that anyone did anything wrong, not that anyone meant to do anything or did anything nefarious or bad. I sat on the board, I voted for these budgets, so I was there and I own them too. But what I was trying to convey on the board for the last maybe 5 years, and what I'd like to convey to you guys is the budgeting is a budget, it's a projection, and we have always budgeted a bit too conservatively and thought we were drawing down when in fact we were banking more. So the only thing I would ask you is, how are we going to do different now? Why are the numbers you think you're going to achieve going to be what you achieve instead of what we've seen in the past? Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other, thank you. Do we have any other comment cards?
We do not.
Okay. All right, thank you for those. Do we have any added agenda items for this evening?
There are none.
None, okay, thank you. All right, then this is our second opportunity for public comment. Going once, going twice? Okay, no cards. Thank you so much for those that chose to give public comments tonight. We also received the email, so that's helpful. Any questions or comments from board members tonight?
Only that I saw you run at the high school. We passed in the hallway. It was very crowded. The high school curriculum night was last night. It was very well attended and very busy and so well run as always. And I just wanted to give like a little shout out to all the administration and the staff and the teachers at both the high school, but then I know middle schools had theirs last week. And it's always, it's a great opportunity for parents to go in and meet their teachers and find out what's going on in their kids' classrooms. So I was happy to be there.
The student leaders did such a great job
Yes.
of helping everyone and guiding.
Mm-hmm. It's very easy to get lost in there.
And I got to learn what it's like to have two classes on the exact opposite side of the building.
Yeah.
Literally the farthest
call.
it could have been.
Yeah. I really appreciate that the middle school teachers sent out their slide decks too, that it'll make it really easy. I was looking at to attend because I had a prior commitment that night. So it's great that Hillside, and I assume Meads Mill also did the same, that if you were not able to attend, that you can still catch up and know what's ahead. Awesome. That's good. Anything else?
Well, I would like to acknowledge the heroic work done at Ammerman to get the fences down and the final blacktop in place to allow our kids to move around the back of the building safely. And I know lots of parents have been watching the crush of traffic and the proximity of our walking children, but kudos to Steve Banchero and all construction management of that whole site have really put it back together again, and it's really a glorious sight to see. And that new NPR room will be open in October soon, and then all of the cards fall in place. So anyway, that's incredible bond work and construction management to bring a school online when you're up against the first day of school and kids everywhere. So that's really impressive. And I'm sure that the same thing is going on at Meads, because that's a huge undertaking going on over there too.
Yeah, it's still kind of a work in progress. Like they had to close the main entrance for construction during the open house. So everyone had to go in like this the next door over. So yes, ongoing, always a little different.
Yeah, we haven't had our open house either at Ammerman, but anyway, adaptations and accommodations and with good attitudes, and that's the leadership in those buildings need to be acknowledged also, the principals, so. And the teachers who roll with it too. So everybody deserves a kudo. So I wanted to mention that.
Thank you. And I'm excited to see see what it all looks like.
Oh, I guess
love
the kids
windows.
are
It's very
wildly
cool.
thrilled with the steam room. I
That's
hear that is really something to see, so.
That's awesome. I love how it mirrors the reflection of Hillside. It looks really nice. All right. Anything else? All right, then I will hand it over to you, Dr. Campbell-Whitall, for our closed session
All right.
motion.
So I bring motion 30, that the board convene in closed session pursuant to Public Act 267 of the Open Meetings Act under Section 8C negotiations.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion properly presented by Dr. Campbell-Whitall, supported by Ms. Meyer. I got that correct this time. Can we please have a roll call vote?
Sure, Mabry,
Yes.
Bauer,
Yes.
McIntyre,
Yes.
Campbell-Whitall.
Yes.
Stewart,
Yes.
Meyer, I'm a yes. Frazier,
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, motion carries 7-0. I will call us adjourned then at 6:49.
and we'll be back here at 8 o'clock.
We will be, we will return here at 8 o'clock for our committee of the whole. So we have approximately 70 minutes.